water, no problem at the homestead.
Hi everyone, Dave here. Just a video here. This is May 11th, 2017, and it's the first time I'm able to get to the spring and pick up truck, so just thought I'd do a video. Excuse me. I've got a 12 volt bilge pump down in the bucket, 25 feet of clear hose, 25 feet of I believe it's 10 gauge wire with alligator clips, and it's just onto the battery on my vehicle. So, and I've got a 1,000 liter and it's a food grade tote. Previously it did hold, as you can see by the UN code there, 2014, it was peroxide. But anyway, it's filling up. I'll fill it up about halfway. That way I don't exceed the weight restrictions on my pickup truck. So I'll have about 1,200 pounds of water. Make a couple trips and I'll transfer it when I get back to my cabin, and I'll use the same pump, and I'll just place the pump down into this tank and I'll transfer it into the tank that's just outside of my cabin. So it's plus 4 degrees Celsius, and the long-range forecast is not calling for any severe cold weather, so it shouldn't freeze now. That's fingers crossed anyway. That's my expectations. But so it's a little bit time consuming. The pump is 1,100 gallons per hour. So generally with this much hose, and I think that's a 5/8 hose, that much hose, and it's going up about maybe 7 feet, probably more like 6 feet. It generally takes about 30 minutes to fill the tote halfway, so that's not too bad. Anyways, just thought I'd share with you. As always, guys, take care, and thanks for watching. So here I am, I'm back at the cabin, and I've got the pump inside of this tank in the back of the pickup truck. Got the truck running just to, it speeds up the pumping process with a battery that's running off the alternator, and I'm assuming instead of just 12 volts, it's probably more closer to 14, so it's a little quicker pump rate. And like I say, the hose is just running up and into the tote on the stand there. So, and it is spring water, so, and I've got the line that goes into the cabin. I've got a 200 liter stock tank inside, and I've got a transfer pump inside the cabin. Whenever I'm getting low, I'll just open the valve in the inside tank, turn the pump on, and I can transfer from this exterior one. My plans are this summer is to, I've got another one of these tanks. I'm going to be putting it down into the ground, and that should give me, I'll have it down well below the frost line in an insulated, pressure treated storage, and it'll be down below the, like I say, well below the frost line, and I'll have a 3-inch ABS pipe for a fill with a cap where I can fill it up when it gets low. So hopefully I'll share that with you guys later on this summer. That'll be another project. So anyways, just thought I'd share this. This is my easy way of transferring spring water from the spring via my pickup truck and a 12 volt bilge pump, 5/8 clear line hose, and takes roughly about 30 minutes to transfer the water, another 30 minutes then when I get back here. So as always, guys, take care, and thanks for watching. And just a quick tip, everyone out there who's not familiar with using these 1,000 liter food grade totes for storage of your water at your homestead or your cabin. A lot of people do use a rain gutter and collect rainwater from the roof. I prefer not to. It's, with using spring water, I like to just keep it spring water, and I'll usually generally clean this with bleach 2 times throughout the summer months. But a quick tip for when you're done with the water transfer and you put the lid back on, when you do put it on, don't secure it tightly, just put it in just a couple of turns. You don't want it to get airlocked, especially when you're transferring water, because if you do that, then the tote will actually draw in and it'll be collapsed on you. So just like I say, when you put the lid back on, just until it catches, just a couple of turns. And same thing with storage. If you're not using in the winter time, don't put the cap on and secure it completely tight. And the valve that's down on the bottom of the tote, you want to crack that just a little bit. Otherwise, with temperature change and it cools off, it will collapse. For people that are using these in the ground, they need to be reinforced so that they don't collapse with the weight, with the ground and everything, the dirt and gravel that surrounds it. You do have to build a frame and ensure that they don't collapse, because like I say, they're not very strong. Even though they've got the galvanized framing on the outside, they still had to be reinforced. So just a quick tip with that. Dave here. Just wanted to share with you as part of this video, I just recently purchased a 110 volt sump pump with 1.25" hose, 24 feet long. And because of that, I needed some generator power, some electricity, instead of using the 12 volt battery on the pickup truck. So the 1/4 horsepower sump pump is 456 watts total. So this Honda 650 generator should be able to handle the load. I haven't tried it yet, so this is the first time. Like I say, I got the hose just running up into the back of the truck there into the tank, so, and it's secured on the top. So we'll time it and see the difference, how much quicker it is transferring water this way. So stay tuned, we'll check back. Okay, so I just started the generator and plugged it in. It seems to be pumping fine. And like I say, an 1.25" hose makes it fill quite a bit quicker. It's the pump being a 1/4 horsepower. It actually is capable of pumping 1,800 gallons an hour versus the bilge pump with a 5/8 hose and 1,100 gallons an hour. So it's 4:18 p.m. I'm going to time it to see how long it takes to fill up. I'll take 500 liters. That's maximum payload that coil spring suspension in this half-ton Dodge pickup can handle. So anyways, seems to be running fine. And I can tell already, just a few minutes that it's pumping, that the flow rate is probably, realistically, it's about 3 to 4 times quicker than the other pump with the bilge pump. So okay, it's been 5 minutes and we're just about half full with the tote. So as you can tell, it's quite substantially faster than the bilge pump with the smaller hose, which is obvious. But one thing to keep in mind when you use a sump pump like this 1/4 horsepower, and this hose, it's not drinkable. I wouldn't recommend anybody drink it from this type of plastic. So even if you are using a food grade tote, the water container, it's still going to be contaminated with the plastic. So I don't recommend consuming it, but it's great for doing the dishes and showers and whatnot. So it's an easy way to, if you don't have water at your homestead and you need to go to a nearby water source, this is one of the best ways to gather your water. And I'll share with you when I get back at the lake the transfer procedure. Most pumps, they can fit down in the 5.5 inch opening on these totes, but this particular model, it doesn't fit. So I'll share with you what I've got set up when I get back at the lake. As always, take care and thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Okay, so here we are back at the cabin at the lake, and so all I used was 2-inch ABS pipe with a rubber connection onto the valve. I'll open the valve, gravity feed down into the bucket, the sump pump will transfer it up and into the tote. So this is the first time using this, so I'll start the generator, plug it in, and we'll open the valve and see how this works. Stay tuned. It seems to be transferring well. What I had to do was adjust the flow on the valve here. I had to shut it down a little bit because it would have overfilled the bucket and I would have been spilling it. And it'll only take a few minutes, and like I say, as the gravity feed, once it slows down, as it gets less and less in the tote, obviously you'll have to open the valve right here to increase the flow to maintain the level in the bucket. So you just stand by. Like I say, it's probably only going to take 5 to 10 minutes and your transfer is complete. So as you can see now, I've got to slow it down just a little bit. Actually, not slow it down, I got to speed it up, so I got to open up the valve a little bit here. When you are transferring, you want to remove the lid on the top, otherwise it will get airlocked and the tank will actually collapse, so it slows down. So you remove the, like I say, the cap on the top there, you remove that. There you have it. Let me say, most pumps, I think the Flow Tech that you get, the 1/4 horsepower equivalent to this one, is actually only 5 inches diameter. It will fit down into the tote, so you would eliminate all this. You wouldn't need this to transfer. But this was the only pump that I could get at the time, and like I say, for the sake of $12 in ABS pipe and fittings, it does the job, so I'm quite happy with it. It speeds up the transfer process. And again, all you got to do is just monitor the level in the bucket and control it with the valve here on the tank. So if you've got a suitcase style generator that can handle 456 watts, it's a little quicker than if you're just relying on 12 volt. So anyways guys, this concludes this video here with issues with no water at your homestead, and basically how to do and how you can improvise to make things a little easier and a little less labor intensive. As always, take care. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. And if you like what you see and you want to see a little more off-grid lifestyle and do-it-yourself items, just leave a comment below. As always, take care and thanks for watching.